And hey there, it's me Mudlink and welcome to an update video. So, with Wind Waker finished, and it taking a bit of time for me to, in between when that finished and when I'm uploading this, to prepare everything, I'd say, this year's going to continue giving a lot of content. So, obviously, there's, some things I've announced in the last update video that still haven't come out yet. Don't worry. Once there's like a big update, once there's like a big announcement I can make for them, then I'll make a video about it. But otherwise, plans are still about the same, with the exception of the Sopranos season 1 review. That is most definitely not coming out this year because of everything going on with both myself and Game Success. So unfortunate for that, but for everything else, it's pretty much on schedule. So in the last update video, I did mention the Yu-Gi-Oh! Shadow Lock. Of course, that's still going to be happening eventually this year. We'll see. Things can obviously change, but I did mention that I was going to try to have that series get part of that series get uploaded before my next series with Daniel, but that didn't exactly happen. So the next Let's Play is going to be the final game in this franchise that I've been playing for a good amount of years on this channel. So yeah, the next Let's Play is going to be Advance Wars Days of Ruin, and of course, I'm joined by my good friend.
Sup, I'm here, and I'm going to say a bunch of things. I was not given a script for this, so I have no idea how to do these.
Yeah. So yeah, Advance Wars Days of Ruin is quite the departure from all the other Advance Wars games. In terms of tone, in terms of art style, in terms of gameplay. It's very,
Turn
very
one,
different.
all the meteors are dropped and everyone's dead.
Yeah, Sturm 1. That's how it all ended. Sturm 1, everything's fucked. So yeah, it's very different. It's unfortunate we didn't get another one of this style of Advance Wars game. I do have a few of my issues with it, but obviously with refinement, it can turn into something absolutely amazing. But that's a future we're never gonna end up seeing.
We might, but it'll probably take a good 20 years before they even bother circling back to it.
Yeah, so by that point, there's probably a better chance of Battalion Wars coming back at that point.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I don't even ask, guys never ask about if I'm going to play Battalion Wars or Famicom Wars. I don't want to think about that right now.
I have only played Battalion Wars 2, and while it is funny, it is not exactly a type of game that we can let's play.
Yeah, it's already bad enough having it combined together, like an almost 2-hour long episode of the finale for Days of Ruin, but imagine 2-hour episodes for every single fucking map. That's how goddamn long stuff like Famicom Wars and Battalion Wars maps can go. Oh, I know Famicom Wars can go on, maps can go on for that long. I'm not sure about Battalion Wars. I don't remember too much.
Yeah. Like I said, we're getting off track. We're supposed to be talking about Days of Ruin.
So of course, starting tomorrow is going to be the start of the Advance Wars Days of Ruin Let's Play. This is going to be about the same length as all the other Advance Wars Let's Plays, with, of course, it ending off with a match between myself and Daniel in Tiny Wars, or Days of Ruin by Web as we call it, where I'm definitely going to lose, but I mean, we're still going to have fun. Of course, Days of Ruin isn't going to be the only game I'm going to be playing on this channel for the next couple of months, because, unsurprisingly, I'm going to be playing another game alongside it for a Lost Sanity. So I already mentioned this back in the last update video, so I'm only going to quickly go over this. So, of course, alongside Days of Ruin, I'm going to be playing the Pokemon Insurgents Hard Mode Egglock. So I already mentioned what exactly an Egglock is from the last update video, but just to quickly summarize, you catch Pokemon in the wild, you swap them out for eggs. Now, normally, this would be viewer submitted eggs. I don't have enough viewers for that unless I just get, the same one person to make every single egg, but Pokemon Insurgents has its own built-in egg lock feature that randomly generates 20 boxes of eggs for you each time you do a run. So, thought this was a nice and spicy way to play this game instead of doing vanilla Nuzlocke. Honestly, vanilla Nuzlocke could be kind of boring. I like using the Deltamons for this game, and most of them you can only get in the post game. And of course, I'm going to be doing this alongside Ness. Get to use the weird and honestly kind of cool at the same time YouTube collab feature for it, so his channel will always be linked alongside mine for these videos. There are also going to be other specific rules that are a part of Insurgents alongside, my regular Nuzlocke rules. I'll talk about them during the series, but suffice to say, this is going to be a very fun series. I'm happy with how both of these series turned out, and while I'm not finished with recording Insurgents yet, I have made it a pretty decent length through it. So, yeah, of course, starting tomorrow is going to be Days of Ruin. Next day is going to be Pokemon Insurgents, and I'm going to switch back and forth, of course. And that's going to last us for the next couple of months while I prepare for other videos that I mentioned back in my last update video, along with maybe some other things that I didn't mention there. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, see you guys tomorrow for Days of Ruin.